What is up, guys? We are going to be playing No Man's Sky today, and this is a game I have been watching um, to come out for years. I had got this game about 2 years ago, but I have been watching for it to come out before then. They've had plenty of updates. The newest update has just completely overhauled the game. So I'm going to show you exactly what it is and how the game works. Now, this game works on a procedurally generated universe, and you're probably thinking to yourself, what is a procedurally generated universe? A procedurally generated universe is basically where the developers let the computer generate the universe. And I'm going to show you when you first log into the game, um, you're going to see a bunch of stars. Every single star that's in there can be visited. Every single star that's in there has planets. And every single star in there has life forms, fauna that could be researched, different planet types, different atmospheres, different stations, different life forms, and you're going to see it. So, one of the new things that the most recent update added to the game was a basic concept of multiplayer. And it's not multiplayer in the traditional sense. Like, for example, you can just play your game, and then other explorers can join your session. Like, if they choose join game, that you can join a session with friends or random explorers and just go around and potentially meet other people. When this update first came out, about 2 weeks ago, I met somebody for the first time in the game. Like, for the very first time. He came down to my planet. He researched a couple things, and he flew away. So, that was the first time I had ever met anybody in the game. So, let's take a look at this. I'm going to do play my game, so other people, who knows, we may see somebody else join my game. So, we're just going to play the game. Going to load save. Basically, as of right now, I've played 31 hours. Last time I played was on August 3rd. So, let's go ahead and load save. This game has literally one of the best openings I've ever seen. Okay, so remember what I said about every single star you can visit. I want y'all to look at this. Every single star, every single point of light in this game. I'm just going to look around a little bit. Every single point of light is a system that you can visit. Now, some already have names on there. That's because they've been discovered. So you have all of these stars. You see some distant ones that aren't too bright out there, but all of those stars can be visited, and some have already been discovered. Okay, so we are on my freighter. I got a freighter. I renamed my ship the Galactica out of respect and admiration for Battlestar Galactica. This is my ship. And again, I have renamed it the Viper Mark 1 out of respect and admiration for Battlestar Galactica. So, I'm going to show y'all outside in space before we do anything else. So let's get my starship. And as you can see down here, you got how many units you have. The Jesuit Y-15, that's basically, it tells you what type your aircraft is. The Zero US, that basically tells you how fast you're going. That's the name of the ship, the Viper Mark 1. The proton cannon shows exactly what type of weapon is currently equipped in there. So somebody else has come into my freighter. They can come in here. They can stay for a little bit. You can go up to their ships. You can trade with them, and 99% of the people that have a ship in there are willing to trade for their ship. So it depends on how many credits you have and are willing to buy. I'm going to quickly show you the main interface that we have in here. So basically, that's the view of my ship, and it shows the cargo and everything you can have in there. Now, one good thing about having a lot of cargo space is that you can, when you get cargo, when you get like minerals and things like that, you can just dump them in your ship, which has a larger capacity than your exosuit. And then you also have the ability to upgrade things on your ship. Like in here, I upgrade the ability to have rocket launchers. You can install different technologies on here. The accelerators. It tells you what is required to build it. You can pin the formula in there, which will help you actually build some of the. It'll help you locate some of the minerals and technology pieces to build that on there. And this one is also pretty cool. I need to get that one eventually. This is a teleport receiver. So basically, once you go a certain distance from the ship, you can't send anything to the ship. This actually increases the area to which you can walk away from the ship, and if you're stock, if you're fully loaded with stock with minerals and things like that, you can go ahead and transfer them to the ship at a longer distance. So that's definitely something I need to add on there. And the economy scanner, it sounds interesting. So basically, if you haven't gone into a system, you can scan them. That way you can actually take a look at their economy and things like that, as far as if there's a lot of trading in there. That way you decide to visit it or not. Alright, so what we're going to do is just pull the right trigger. It's going to launch us out. Alright, so basically we are sitting at 0 speed right now. So we're going to hold the right trigger. We'll go a little bit faster just so we can get away from the freighter. And of course, this gives you the ability to look around. You also have the option to change the viewing in there, but I like the cockpit view, especially when I'm in space. Now these little indicators right here, because I have a freighter, you can actually recruit different frigates to join you. You can recruit a fighter class frigate. You can recruit a science class. You can recruit a cargo class. Different type of frigates on there. And there's my frigate. Okay, so I discovered this planet, and we're just going to scan it. So we're going to hit the left joystick. It's going to scan it, and it's going to tell us what type of planet it is. It's kind of a bleak planet, so you're going to not find a whole lot of things there. The arrival time, you'll notice that is going to change. So if we keep holding the trigger down, we will arrive at that planet in 2 hours, 53 minutes, and 20 seconds. Obviously, I do not want to do that. I don't want to just keep holding this down. I don't want to hold the right trigger down, because if you let the right trigger go, I eventually go. Oh, I thought you would slow down. Okay, there he goes. Okay, so you're going to eventually slow down and stop. As you can see, you're going to stop. There are asteroids aplenty here. So I'm just going to go near one, and I'm going to show you some of the weapons I have. So we're going to start with a proton cannon. And we're just going to choose that one. Let's go. So we're going to shoot it. Alright, so it says we collected 3 bits of silver and a couple, I think we collected something else as well. No, just silver. Okay, so we're going to shoot this one. Alright, so this one we collected gold. And these only take about like 2 or 3 hits to destroy. Range is kind of variable. It depends on the type of cannon you have. So tritium is going to be one of the most abundant minerals that you're going to find in an asteroid belt. So for example, if you need to recharge your equipment, which you will need to do every so often. For example, if you're getting in a fight, you have to charge your deflector shields. Your hyperdrive, I'll get to that later. Your launch thrusters, they're pretty self-explanatory. You land on a planet, you have to have launch thrust to get you out of the planet's atmosphere or to get you going. The pulse engine, that goes... I'm going to show that in a second, but I'm going to use some of the tritium I just got to help refuel it to get it all the way up. So you just basically get the technology recharged. I think this is the planet that has my base. Let's look around for it. Okay. Yeah, we see that little indicator right there? Okay, it shows an abandoned building. Again, if we just hold the right trigger down, we'll arrive in 6 hours. I have a base. There we go. Right, so I'm going to hold B down. B will get you a lot faster, but it's going to, again, it's not going to be as fast. So if we hold this down, we'll arrive at the planet. Alright, so this is going to be pretty much self-explanatory. So, alright, so let's defeat these guys first, because they are a pain. I want to load my rocket launchers. Alright, one's gone. You really gotta time it as far as your left trigger. Slows you down, right trigger speeds you up. And of course, when you defeat a ship, then it will have and so we got some magnetized ferrite from that. The Viking is one of the races in here. Apparently had a milestone. I believe it was defeating pirates. It destroyed 50 starships. Okay, cool. Alright, so that was going to be something that I wanted to show you all a later time. But, okay, so we'll do it now. You're going to have larger asteroids as well, which you can destroy, but you gotta watch out for the heat of the cannons. So as you can see up at the top right, it starts to flash red. Then you can also use your different weapons, like your rocket launcher, that will overheat a lot easier. Again, once you create a hole in there, you're able to go right through it. Alright, so deflector shield's good. And we're still fully charged on a pulse engine. Okay, so what I wanted to do is get, let me see where my base was. Let's get so where was my base? Is that it? No. That's my freighter. You just got to keep an eye out for like the little icons and stuff that are going around. Okay, that's the space station. That's my base, but I don't think that's the base I was looking for. Let me just get out of this for a second. I think there's another planet behind that planet that I can't see. Where is? Oh, there's another planet behind that planet. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we are going to activate the faster drive. So what you're going to do is hit the left and right bumper. I'm just going to take her out of just so we can see. Okay, so that was the abandoned building. Okay, so it was there. It was just on the wrong side. Okay, so we're going to go to that base. And basically where it shows down there, fuel remaining, you can recharge in flight if you want to. That's some of the, that's what we're using now is the pulse engine. So if you want to refill it in flight, let's see, we're going to, actually let's go to this abandoned building real quick. So we're going to, so one of the awesome things about going into a planet the first time, you have no idea what's going to be there. You have no idea. Is this the one with the? Oh crap. Okay, this is not. Alright, that's not good. Okay, we don't want this. Alright, we don't want to go this right now. Alright, where's my... But again, I mean, you can just look at the visuals of this. I mean, the visuals are just absolutely beautiful. Alright. So we cannot use the pulse drive in the atmosphere. Can't use the pulse engine, atmospheric interference. So what we're going to do is hold B down and get it to us. So we're going to wrap up our base in about 20 seconds. But again, along the way, you can just kind of scan the ground. You can actually, there's a whole sea down there that has aquatic life forms, aquatic trenches, and everything to be discovered. So this is my little base. And we're going to land. So it says the environmental warning, external temperature 146.5 degrees Fahrenheit. You can change it to Celsius, but I like Fahrenheit because I'm an American, or one of the few countries that do that. So we will get out of our ship. It's going to restore a point, and it gives the info on the planet. Should also, okay, so you got the heat indicator. So the longer you stay out, that longer that's going to go out. Look at our exosuit. The exosuit tells you exactly what you can haul. So everything, these three are not, these three are not. Everything else is hauling space, like space that you can use for cargo. You can have technology, you can upgrade your shield, your new stimulator, which gives you a different some strength for jetpacks, your run distance, your core health, your shield health, your oxygen recycler, and things like that. Cargo, I still have not found a thing for cargo yet. So basically, you have different options in here. The oxygen capsules can refill, obviously, your oxygen, your life support, can help do life support. Um, but I'm going to show you one thing real quick. This pretty cool thing. Processes raw materials, so you can just transfer. For example, I have a lot of rusted metal in there. It will process into ferrite dust. So give it 24 seconds. And you can see up here, it gives you a 5-to-1 output. So 5 pieces of rusted metal gives you 1 ferrite dust. But you've also got to watch out for your fuel supply as well. So if you have carbon, condensed carbon, anything like that, that can be used for fuel. So see if we have any. Okay, you can use carbon. Condensed carbon is actually better, so you get more bang for your buck for the condensed carbon because it's condensed. So we're going to use some of that to refill it. Recharged. And as you can see, because it does a 5-to-1 input, there's not enough. So it'll leave you 2 pieces of rusted metal, but you've got 16 ferrite dust, which is good. Okay, so we're going to transfer that back to the... Here's what I was talking about earlier, where you can transfer it. You can choose your exosuit. It tells you how many slots you have remaining for that. Your starship, you don't have any slots remaining. The roamer, that's my little ROV vehicle, which I don't have right now. It's on another planet, so I'll show you that in probably a later video. Or you can transfer it to the freighter. I want to keep it in my exosuit. And then I'm going to put the rusted metal back in the exosuit. Alright, we're going to do that. And then, let's see, we're going to do ferrite dust. Gets processed into pure ferrite. And it has a 1-to-1 output ratio, or input ratio. So I'll get done in about 5 seconds. Okay, so it's done with pure ferrite. We're going to collect it. Cool. And we're done. You can stay here and just do anything you need for, like, to build other things, but that's pretty much what I've done. And so I have this beacon. I'm just going to save real quick. Right, I'm just going to show you around my base. When you first walk in, there's nothing. It's going to stabilize your temperature because it's at a perfect nominal temperature. I'm going to go ahead and recharge my life support because it's about 50%. So you can do oxygen capsules or a life support gel. I'm going to go ahead and just do oxygen. And then the first room on the left is for a navigator. So basically he can upgrade things for your base, which I'll show you here. I think it's... home base. No. Here. Okay. So basically you have to find a Gravitino ball for this one. And then you can do other things. You can agricultural research, scientific research. This Alone Amongst the Stars, that's pretty much going to be your main one mission. And of course the Atlas Path as well. It is way too much for me to explain. Your main mission is to get to the center of the universe, but it's not, or center of the galaxy, but it's not it's not a game that ends there, because as you can see with all these procedurally generated things, there is no end to this. If you have any questions, you can just go on the guide. It'll tell you everything here from trade to combat. It'll tell you the new features that they had, that they've done with the new update and everything. Of course, all the raw minerals I've come across. So there's pretty much 7 on here that I have not come across yet, and there's 2 on here that I have not come across yet. So once you come across them, These are all the ones that are currently in the game. Once you come across them, then it's going to tell you everything about it. It tells you where it can be found, um, whether it's harvested or whether it's refined, whether it's unrefined, and things like that. So you got all your crafted products, your technology, um, glyphs. I'm not too sure what that's about, but I'm sure as I keep playing the game, I'll find out. So one of the cool things that they do with the base is they have a storage container, or you have to build a storage container. So it, like, let's say, oh, I have some selenium. I'll put that in there. So it goes right here. And again, you do not have to build the base exactly like this. I mean, they give you free reign. I mean, you can build however many levels you want. I just liked mine on top of like the Devil's Tower peak because that way it's away from anything else. Um, and plus it just looks cool. So, but the selenium, I'm not going to need that right now, so I'm going to transfer it. And you can see these have a heck of a lot larger storage capacity than your normal exosuit inventory. So these I've pretty much done for the like the plants and things like that. I don't believe I have anything for rusted metal, but I think I have phosphorus over here. So let's take a look at this one. See if there's anything. Yep, there we go. We'll transfer phosphorus in there. Mordite, I don't think so. Oxygen, I think we're good. So basically every time I get through with the mission, I just kind of go down one by one and then just slowly restore all these in there. So I don't think I have silver in my vehicle, so, or in my my ship, so that's okay. All right. This is really cool. This is a terminus. This, for example, if you have a another system you want to go to, you can transport to another system. So it shows the base that you have on there, whether that's in your current system, you just transport to another base. And then what it will do, it will transport you and your ship there. So that's pretty cool. I'll show you all that a little bit later. But that's my base as of right now. Obviously, you can, if I wanted to, I can, add on to it. But it tells me I can't build. I'm missing some components. But then it shows you exactly what it would look like once you added it in there. And if you hold the right bumper down, you can just change the rotation of it. You can do a square, cylindrical, you can add hallways, L-shaped corridors, T-shaped corridor, then you can change like the rotation of it as to how it's going to get in there. You have a glass roof corridor, but you have to have glass with it, although those are really cool because it allows you to look outside. So those are kind of cool, so I think eventually I'm going to do those. Especially with being on top of a tower, or on top of a mountain like this. The flags and stuff I just kind of put near the edge, just obviously so you don't walk off the edge. So that little gold area, oh, it's a flag. Okay. I thought a creature was near me. So that little gold area right there, that is a mining that you can do. You can actually, if you want to, you can destroy all these plants and get all the carbon. Downside to that is that you have, there's always one up here. Where is he? You have sentinels, which are really, they're kind of the guardians of the planet. And when you play the story, it kind of fleshes them out, and it not really makes you understand them, but kind of puts them into perspective, I think. So I can't delete that, damn. As you can see, everything that you see, you can visit. I could go to the top of that mountain over there if I want to. I could go to the bottom of that lake if I want to. As you can see down there, there's another mineral deposit. So this is the scanner I'm going to show you. So this is when you hold down the left trigger. It tells you the current time. On the right side tells you your current location in regards to the planet. Tells you the available resources on the planet. Tells you the temperature. It tells you when your critical exposure is going to happen. So that's when your temperature starts actually affecting your overall health, not just your shields. Your shields get recharged whenever you go into your ship, whenever you go into your base, whenever you go into anything that has an atmosphere that is normal. And then what you can do also is you can look at fauna, and then of course you're going to have ships that go across. Those are not other players, those are just NPCs. So for example, I found this flora, and basically what you're looking at is the primary element, that's carbon. So it's a life form. The Mordite is the secondary that's on there. And then you also have this mineral, gives you ferrite dust, and phosphorus as a secondary. This also gives you a ferrite dust and phosphorus as a secondary. There we go. There's a life form. You can zoom in if you hit the right trigger a couple times. And it's just going to like the computer just randomly assigns a name to it. Gives you some notes, tells you its diet and things like that. Now, any life form animal is going to be carbon because they are going to be carbon-based life forms. So, for example, you can go up to it. You can also feed it if you want to. I'm going to try that real quick, see if I have anything. I need some ferrite dust. So, because I need ferrite dust, go over here. Okay. Just going to capture that. Now, if you watch the mining beam, it will overcharge. I mean, it will overheat. So you gotta be careful with it. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so that should be enough ferrite. I just gotta find one of those creatures. Then we can feed it. Ah, there's what I was waiting for. Where is he? Alright. Those are sentinels. Right there. That is a sentinel. Now, most of the time it's just going to leave you alone. But the second you start mining, like watch. It's going to scan you for a second. It's going to keep an eye on you and be like, buddy, what are you doing on this planet? Why are you destroying this planet? You keep that up, and he will attack you. Now you can destroy him and get some ammo for your weapons and stuff like that, but more of them's going to show up. Okay, so I noticed my heat shield's down. Mining beam needs some. Okay, so because now I have some ferrite dust, so they're going to run away at first, but I'm going to feed it, and it is happy. And when it is happy, when it is eating the ferrite dust, now they all want food. Yes, they just pooped. Some copperite crystals. So, when you feed one, the more they poop. So if you just follow him around for a little bit, as you can see, he just pooed another one. So yeah, you just gotta keep an eye on him and just kind of follow him every little bit. And eventually he'll poo another one. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The wonders of No Man's Sky. Feeding animals so that they can poo out crystals so you can keep them. Okay. Alright, so this is one of my, it's a really cool weapon. It's called the Terrain Manipulator. Now you can either manipulate it and mine it, or you can create land. So I want to create land just for a second. As you can see, it added land on there. Theoretically, you could add land to go all the way to that mountain that was over there on the other side there. You could add land that could slowly slope down to there so that you don't have to you know, get in your ship and go down there. The possibilities are endless. Of course, what you could also do is you can actually build an elevator that goes down there as well. That's pretty cool. So we don't have any ammo for the scatter blaster, which is kind of like a shotgun, basically. So I'm going to attack that sentinel and get some weapons. I've got to be as quick as possible, because more will show up. So let's see what happens. Alright, so you got reinforcements coming, so you're going to get some more, so let's go back into the base. Get away. Alright, so they're searching. Oh, and when you're in the base, you cannot do anything with your weapons. You can't switch. Can't switch. Can't. You can charge them up. Recharge your mining beam and things like that. Alright, so let's give them a few more seconds. And the higher, if you've played Grand Theft Auto, think of those as kind of like the star level. The higher they are, the more dangerous. 5-star, you get the combat sentinel. I thought that two-legged thing was only about as tall as my base. Oh no, that thing is like 2 or 3 stories tall. I mean, that thing is big. And you do not want that, because then they start coming out with armor that you have to destroy on it. So you have to destroy the armor first, and then you get that. One of the really cool things that the update did was they added a lot of the cloud formations. And I know it's just something simple, but I mean, it just really adds to the aesthetics of the planet as well. So yeah, I mean, like I said, with the terrain manipulator, see, do I have enough to recharge? Yes. Okay. Recharge it with ferrite dust. Recharge it with pure ferrite. Recharge it with magnetized ferrite. Okay. So I'm going to show you the mine feature. So the mine feature is basically exactly what it says. So let's whoop. Switch it back to create. There. Somewhat like what it was. But anyway, as you can see off in the distance, that's that abandonment we went to. So if we were to walk to it on foot, it would take us about 15 minutes to get to it. Whether we would survive the way down, let's not try that. Now, do you have a jetpack as well? But as you can see from the bottom right of the screen, you don't want that to go out. So if it goes out, you go down. That's my base. Not too much. Let's get back in my starship. Alright, so when you get back in, it will recharge your shields on there because you're getting back into a nominal temperature space. Alright, so let's see if we have any spots in my exosuit. Okay, so we have 2 spots in the exosuit. Let us see, gold. Just right there. I think that's right. Straight from there. Got dirty bronze worth about 125,000 units, which is basically, like dollars. So 125, 250, 375, so about 375. I'm sitting on about 375 right now that I could use. Let me, I think I can move that as well. Okay, so we got some things that we can use. Alright, so what we can also do is, let's craft an antimatter housing. So we need oxygen and ferrite dust. Ferrite dust, that's easy. First, let me put this stuff in my in my safes. Let's see. Oh, I am full on that. Okay. If that's the case, I may be able to sell it. Alright, well, let's transfer that back. And then we can turn pure ferrite into magnet. No, let's not do that. So Oh, it goes one way. Okay, so we can do chromatic metal. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And that two little thing, let's just discard that. I mean, that's not even worth it. So you got 5, 6, 7, 8 microprocessors. So let's see. We just alright, there's lithium. Radon. So basically, those are the gases, if you don't know. The gases, that's when you have an atmospheric collector. So it can collect gas and things like that. The coprite, or coprite, just put it back there so that gives you another place. Blueprint analyzer for that. There's some oxygen. Okay. I don't need that much. So I'm going to put some of that back. I don't think I have a... Got all I can. Okay, so it's not gonna let me do that. Alright, yeah, let's just stop that. I'm not gonna wait 4 minutes. Let's see. Don't think. No, that doesn't find something else. I think oxygen goes into carbon. But we need the oxygen. So let's not do that. Oh, we can do... 52, okay. Alright, that's better. Okay. Alright, so let's see, what did we need for the warp cell? That the antimatter has it. Okay, so we need the ferrite dust. That's right, that's right. Alright, so for the ferrite dust... Oh, almost forgot. Turn on your torch. So we don't want the marine manipulator. But let's go ahead and reload the scatter blaster in case we need it. And mining beam. Okay. So, let's see. Ferrite dust. Yes, yes, I know. Let's try and get on the other side there. So we needed, I think, 50. That should be good. Okay, that's done. Oh, 125. I don't think we can do anything to those. Okay. Alright, so let's just get back in our ship. Alright, so let us craft. So we got an antimatter housing. Craft antimatter. So you have antimatter. Antimatter housing. Creates warp cells that can fuel hyperdrive. Alright, hyperdrive gives you to new systems, which are really cool. You can also do another, but I don't think. Just a little bit more Faraday I can do. Okay, so that's all I can do for that. Okay, so I need 4 antimatter housings. Okay, so I need lots of oxygen and ferrite dust. Okay, so for this one, yeah, you can demagnetize the metal. No, I don't want to do that. Yep, so here you gotta mine it. I think each was about 50. So good. I need 4. 4, so I need 200. Alright, cool. How much more do I need? 1530 oxygen. Alright. Alright, so what can I use to turn it to oxygen? So, phosphorus? No, but that's good to know. Why does it do that? No, I can't do that. there was one. Hydrogen? No, that turns into hydrogen. We need that for launch fuel. That doesn't do anything. Penetrate? No. Phosphorus? No, that's ferrite. It's magnetized. Tritium? No, it turns into platinum.
No free slots in suit inventory. No free slots in suit inventory.
Now, how is that? I just... Yeah, screw it. Let's just... Okay, so let's see what... that phosphorus back in there.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Pure, no, magnetized. Sodium. It's almost not even worth having. Residual give. There we go, some oxygen.
No free slots in suit inventory.
That's a temporary frigate upgrade, which I'll get to that in another video. I need to sell some of those. Come on. What's that one? Alright, cool, so I got that. Alright, so let's make warp cells.
Product constructed.
2, 3, 4. Alright. Then,
Technology recharge.
our hyperdrive is fully charged.
Protection falling.
But we also want to do starship fuel. Okay, so we need some metal plating, which needs some ferrite dust. So basically, it's saying that for the phosphorus. That's the secondary on there. As you see, it's still taking the ferrite dust. Alright. Yeah, I know. Alright,
Product constructed.
so it's done. Launch fuel.
Product constructed.
Thank you.
Technology recharge.
Alright.
No free slots in suit inventory.
Yeah, let's transfer it to the freighter. It's got a heck of a more capacity than I do. Granite. At least it gives us 2 spaces. Then I can sell some of that stuff or put some of that. Let's put some of that oxygen back. Actually, let's see if I can build another. Equipment. Storage. Sodium. I have that.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Where can I put you? Alright. There. But I can't put you on the roof for whatever reason. Nah, I ain't gonna fool with it. Let's put the... Where's the oxygen? I thought I had oxygen. There it is. Here's that. That's junk. Alright. What isn't is platinum. Projectiles. Have gold. Alrighty. Let's explore. some of this. That's barely. Let's get rid of those. Not on the freighter where it deserves. Alrighty, I think we're ready. It's lunch. I was just looking at that. Alright, if you just keep an eye on your speed, that'll kind of tell you when you're outside of the atmosphere and in space. Seeking glory. I always seek glory. I have to pay them to join me. Which I need a combat specialist, but I don't have the money, as you can see. I've only got 1.2 units, 1.2 million units. They asked for 1.6, so unfortunately I have to decline it. Alright. No rest your space. Let's do this. Alrighty. And remember everything I said about every star? Every single star is a solar system. So you can do free explore, and these are places that no one has ever been to. As you can see, I've kind of kept right around here, and it tells you the type of drive that you need to have. Alright, so it looks like that planet has... Okay, here we go. Here's what I was looking for. Every single planet has, or every single star has a solar system. And all this has not been discovered yet. And that's the galactic core. That's what we're going toward. That's the basic premise of the game, is to get to the galactic core. Alright, well, enough showing y'all. Let's get back to where I was at. Whoops, there we go. Okay. So, my journey started Right there. That's where my journey started. So that's got one planet. It's got 3. That's got. Does that have? Interesting. It's got a planet with 2 satellites in it. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I found our next system that we're going to. So. Oh, where is it? Okay. That's where I've chosen. Let us go. Normally it shows exactly a whole bunch of lights and colors and sounds and all that stuff. Okay, so I have no idea what we're going to find here or what it looks like. Alright. First off, unknown planet. Okay. Silver Forsaken. Silver, pure ferrite, and copper. Okay. There's one here. The moon of Gera. Windswept with cactus flesh. Okay, that could be helpful. There's another moon. It's a frozen with frost crystals, silver dioxide, and activated copper. Some more planets, I think. Oh yeah, there's kind of one big there. It's barren. It's got some cactus flesh on it. And there's the space station. There's another planet. Star bulb, silver, and copper. It's bountiful. Okay. It's cool. There's another one. Selenium, sodium. Okay. Just want to make sure we've got every single one. One of the cool things about the rings, and it may take a minute to go into, yeah, it's gonna take too long. Okay. Alright, so let us choose. That's the planet that brought me here because it had moons. So let's go. Alright, so we'll arrive there in a minute and 20 seconds, so that'll give us a chance to look over other things. So this is our multi-tool. This is basically where we've got all the mining beams, the scatterers, the terrain manipulators, and things like that. You can install new technology, for example, like the Boltcaster. I don't fight that much, so I didn't see a point at getting it. Eventually I could. The freighter. again, it shows you the technology you can get on there, the freighter hyperdrive. Um, excuse me. Um, of course, we need some more warp cells to do that. So, um, what we can do is after we visit this planet, we can charge that up. That way, we can bring that freighter to here. That way, we can. That way, we can look around with it. Um, the frigate fuel is for. I mean, I'll go into that later. It's not frigate fuel and warp um, fuel are two completely different things. All right, so let's take a look, see what this looks like. So, rocky, mountainous area. Okay. Do a quick scan. Okay, there's some carbon down there. I know that. Those big red crystals, those are carbon. Some copper down there. Here's the thing, you want to look for someplace that's interesting to put down at, because you don't want to just set in any place. Because if you do that, you'll use a pure launch fuel. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm seeing any place of interest. Well, boys and girls, we saw the sunrise on a new planet. Alright, so I'm thinking we just may have to set down. Just may have to pick a spot. Alright, let's just land here. Low atmosphere. Okay. Clear weather, regular sentinels, no flora. Fauna empty. Okay. So this planet has nothing. No plants or animals. Alright, so because it has a low atmosphere, it's going to be an extended strain on our health reserves. So, in the meantime, let's scan it. Alright, so we got some dihydrogen crystals there. We got some carbon crystals. More dihydrogen, oxygen-rich plant over there. So, when we first get to a new planet, here's what we do. Activate the scanner, and just look at stuff. Okay. Okay, so would not be surprised if that's it. Oh, okay. Wait, what's that? That is a resource deposit. Okay, let's go find out what it is. Gotta be careful because the faster we run, the more oxygen we use, and because it's in a low oxygen environment, you be careful. But again, this is a just desolate. There is nothing here, planet. Let's see. Copper. Okay. Alright, copper's cool. So in order to mine it, obviously switch to your terrain manipulator miner. Torch. Okay, so that copper doesn't go down very far. I see. Is it? Is that a... Oh, it is a, what have we here? Okay, see, I was thinking about just about to go in the ship. Oh, shit! Oh, God. Alright, want to see what Scatter Blaster does? Okay, note to self. Glowing eggs release biological horrors. Do not want that. Where's it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Back in. Okay. Charge the pulse engine. Okay. Now that sucked, however. Getting that larval core. 95,000 units. So, bad, yes, but profitable. You can see that life support. I mean, my life support is just it's killing me. But I want to explore this cave over here. That's something you don't. Yeah, you got to keep an eye out for that too. So let's just go ahead and destroy that hazardous flora. Alright, so that should give us. Thought it gave us some oxygen too. I can't use the torch now. Which is good. Gives us some oxygen. We need oxygen. Okay. confused. Yeah, some planets are going to be like this, where they are going to be desolate, barren, unforgiving. Again, if I had not looked that direction, I would have lost. I would have not seen that. Some floating crystals.
Units received. Technology recharge.
I've never gotten a super oxide crystal before, so I'm interested to see what it is. Direct inhalation is not recommended. Okay. Destabilized sodium. Again, don't know what that is. I mean, I can tell you scientifically what it is, but as far as what it is in the game, I don't know. Sodium, okay. Aha! Oh.
Units received.
Don't even have to mine it. Awesome. Just barren, desolate world. No life. So what I'm guessing these are our super concentrated versions of chloride, of the oxygen, um, of other minerals. Synthesized from chlorine. Yeah. Okay. Alright, as you can see here, 175-ish units. Alright, so why'd I take damage? Huh. I think I can.
Technology recharge.
So, this planet just sucks. I mean, yeah, we found some floating crystals, but I mean, to be honest, those are few and far between. I'm surprised I even found them. So, alright, let's look up. I think that's one of the moons. I want to say it is. Okay, let's go. So it had moons. It would be on the other side. Perskia D24. Right, this is a windswept moon. You see, first off, look what we find. That's awesome. Well, what's not awesome is what's surrounding it. And I'll show y'all in a minute. Blowing dust storms, minimal sentinels, full flora, ample fauna. Okay. So. Alright, so I discovered this area. Cool. Okay. Remember those creatures that we faced? Yeah. That's them.
Thermal protection falling.
Yeah, so let's kind of leave them alone and figure out what went on here.
Inventory full.
Oh, crap. Wow.
Units received. Ground protection falling.
Psychotropic leaves. Sweet.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Alright, so we got a couple things that we can go to that's near here. Those, anytime you see those coiled up, you just need to destroy them. Say, alright, pain in the behind.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Oh shit.
Units received.
Where was it? Note 2, but where was the...
Temperature levels stabilizing. Units received. Ground protection falling.
There you go. Okay. Alright, here's first tactic I can teach you. God damn it.
Technology recharging.
Look for ferrite dust.
Ground protection falling. Units received.
Alright, anyway, so what you can do is just use your terrain manipulator, dig into the ground um, deep, and then just kind of wait out the storm. As you can see, the temperature definitely goes down once you get underground. And then you just kind of wait out the storm, which your system will tell you stone clearing. So, in the meantime, what you can do is just take a look at your inventory. Let's see. Just out of curiosity, what would it take to build the battery? Cobalt and ferrite does two things I don't have. Alright. Okay. But one of the things you definitely want to do on a planet is to put a base there.
Protection falling.
Alright, screw it. I'm just going to go to my ship.
Weather update. Storm clearing. Units received. Temperature levels stabilizing.
Yay, I got an ion battery. Cool.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Crap, I know this is a bad idea. God damn it, I need that egg.
Falling.
Alright. It's not meant to be. Alright, so there's a moon on the other side.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Oh! Eh! Negative 200 degrees.
Weather update. Storm clearing. Thermal protection falling. Extreme temperature detected.
You gotta be kidding me.
Thermal protection falling. Units received. Units received. Temperature levels stabilizing.
it that I needed? Dihydrogen, okay.
No free slots in suit inventory.
What?
Product received. received.
Alright guys, I'm going to call it a night. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm probably going to put up some more videos tomorrow or sometime this week as to what I'll be playing. I don't know. But anyway, hope you enjoyed No Man's Sky. Like I said, it's an awesome game. Hope y'all pick it up. Definitely worth your time and definitely worth your money. Just the amount of exploration you can do. It is completely worth it. So anyway, hope you all have a good night. We'll talk to you later.